Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to part 4 on how to build a mansion. So today we're going to try to finish up, well, we are going to finish up the roof for sure, and we're going to try to get some of the windows put in and try to finish out the deck and basically just like try to finish out the outside of the house. And if we don't finish the outside of the house, we will definitely do that in the next part. So let's start off with the roof. So I did figure out why it does have this little curve, and I remember why I did that. So we're going to need pillar quartz blocks, stone brick slabs, quartz stairs, stone brick stairs, quartz slab, cobblestone walls, anvils, and we also need stone. That's another thing we will need. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our stone, and if you have exactly what I have here is what you should. Jax. Sorry, my cat's being a little bit loud. So we should have this one corner right here that comes out a little bit farther than anything else. So what we're going to do is our stone is going to come out to this point, and we're just going to have it come all the way across, and we're just going to fill in everything from this point on the farthest end, basically, so it should look like this. So what we're going to do, you're going to take your pillar quartz blocks, place one here on each corner as so, and what this will do, this will make it to where when we place our anvils down like this, they're going to look a little bit better than just having a turned anvil next to another one. This looks a little bit more finished, I think, in my personal opinion. And voila. So there's that. So now we can actually finish up the roof. So the roof is actually pretty easy to finish up at this point. It's basically just trying to make sure we get everything. So we're just going to turn it here. Let's see. And might as well turn it in to come over here, just like this. Alright, and we're just going to kind of keep building it up. So just turn this again. Now this is not going to come to a full complete point at the top. That would make this roof way too tall and compared to the rest of the house. So we are going to have it come to a flat surface at some point. So just kind of keep that in mind. And I think having it to where it's kind of flat up at the top gives it a little bit better design. Which, Jax, you're in my way. Jax, I can't really see. Oh, my cat's hyper, and it's like 12 o'clock at night. Of course he's hyper now, right? And so it looks like we're almost finished with this. I'm going to go over and look at the other house to see how high up I need to go. Jax, you're trying to be as loud as possible right now. Alright, I think we're actually good. So, what we're going to do, we're going to need to take out our stone brick slabs. And from this point on, we're just going to just kind of fill this in. Right here. And we're going to add one more finished layer of stair. And then we'll be done. So, how come something looks off here? Why don't we have one of these over here? Huh. It's kind of weird. Something's off somewhere. Oh, I see why. I didn't add these here. Okay. That makes a little bit more sense now. I messed up a little bit pretty far down. So that's something you definitely want to make sure you try not to do, which it's going to happen at some point, but it's best if it doesn't. So it should be a pretty simple fix. It shouldn't take too much time. It's just a lot of this repeating of what you've already been doing. I'm sorry if you guys will be able to hear my cat here pretty soon. He's running around meowing like crazy. Like, why? How come at night is when they're the most hyper? Like, out of all the times, right? Like, at least I'm not sleeping yet, but still. There we go. Now everything's back to normal. And one more layer of stair. And then we're going to fill it in with stone, and our roof will be done. So our roof, I'm pretty happy with. This is probably the house with the best roof I've ever made. And the reason for that is it's a very simple roof. And it's very simple, but it also has a great design to it with all the different angles it has. So that's probably one reason why, Jax, why I'm so proud of it. Alright, you're moving my chair. Oh my goodness. Alright, and then same thing with our quartz. Here, we're just basically placing them for our anvils on the corners, and our anvils will be our finishing touch. And, oh, My swiftness ran out at the perfect time. And, okay. And we are done. The roof is done. So this is what our roof looks like and what our mansion looks like when it's all said and done. Now there are some extra, like, couple touches we could make, which we might do maybe next part. But we're going to work on the back now. So the back, we're going to need spruce wood. We will need pillar quartz blocks and cobblestone. And what we're going to do is we're going to start right here. And we're going to stack up 2 blocks. And we're going to make these 3. Let's go then 2. Let's see. Then let's go 3. And we're basically just kind of making a arch that will go around and connect with the other side. Let's go 1, 2. And now let's turn this to kind of go towards the center here. And okay, looking pretty good. We're going to go... Like, this is kind of hard to describe, in all honesty. Just like, it's not the easiest thing to exactly describe in words. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to try to make sure everything's exactly the same. 3, 1. And then it was what? 2. 1, 2 again. Another 1. And then 2. And then comes across and finishes like that. So this is what it should look like. Oh, actually we need to have 3 here. There we go. So that's our first major part of our deck here. And obviously you don't have to do the backyard or any of this the way I'm doing it. Some of these are just like stuff I think that kind of help with the height of the house a little bit. So that's kind of why I'm doing that. And we can now place our spruce wood in here. So we basically have this all set up now. And basically we're just adding our spruce wood in here to kind of finish it off with our floor. And we do have a couple other touches we have to do using cobblestone stairs. But it's not really anything that's like extremely necessary, if you know what I mean. Like, if you wanted to end the house where we are now and do your own thing from this point, you could easily do that. It's not going to look bad either way. And it's a house I'm definitely happy with. It's a unique design for sure. So that's one thing I'm pretty happy with. It's probably the best mansion I've made to date. Which, I think my very first mansion video has like over 1 million views now. And it was a pretty good mansion. It was a pretty simple mansion, but people liked it. I mean, I figure that this is the thing people like the most is, even though you might like complicated stuff, it's a lot of people and most people like simple. And so that's why you're going to see a lot of like simple houses on my channel sometimes, more than mansions and stuff like that. Is one, because mansions take a long time to make, and getting a correct design without doing the same design over again. That's one of the hardest parts about making a mansion. And that's why you don't see too many tutorials on those. But people also like the smaller houses. Not everybody has the space and the time to build a mansion like this. But I do try to get everything for everybody. Like, for example, I've seen a lot of comments. Like, I've been uploading a lot of survival, stuff like that, because it's fun for me to play. And I figured, hey, might as well just record it, right? It's fun. And people are like, well, I subscribe to your channel for tutorials. I only want tutorials. Well, I understand that, but not everybody is thinking what you're thinking. Yes, there are a lot of people thinking that, but not everybody wants the same thing. And that's kind of what, like, that's the only problem with YouTube is, like, everybody wants what they want. They don't consider, like, there's a lot of people out there that want what's already been being put out, but just because you don't like it means they have to change it. And that's one of the things, like, I don't really like about YouTube too much, is people think it's all about them when it's really not. It's basically about a community. It's what you have. Alright. That deck actually looks pretty good. I think it looks better than the first one I made over there. Just because it's a little bit more pointy. I like that. Okay. Now we're going to make a second deck. So the second deck, we'll probably start it here. Maybe here. Oh, we need cobblestone. Now this one's not going to be as tall. As you can see over there, it's going to be 1 block down. So how about we start it maybe here. Let's go 1, 2, 3. There's actually 4. 1, 2, 3. 2. 1, 2. Jacks, out of all the times, really? 2, 3, and let's start turning it now. 2, 2, 1, and 2, and 1. So I'm not too sure about that design for that. I don't like how much of an arc it doesn't have. This one will be a little bit more tricky, I think. It's because it's a little bit different. So we're gonna have to figure out how to get this one to look decent. 2. Let's start off with 3. 3 again. 2, 2, 1, 2. Jacks! Oh my god! Okay, so let's go 2 again. 1, 2. How are we looking so far? I think we're looking pretty good so far. Let's now go 1. Now this part is kind of hard to describe. I'm sorry for the people that want me to describe like everything I'm doing at this point, but this one, it's kind of like on your personal preference, really. I mean, how you want it to look and how much space you have. So I'm kind of like, it's kind of like winging it a little bit with my numbers, and I'm just like going off of just random numbers, really. And 2, we're just basically putting our quartz here on top. The quartz are basically like our decoration piece for this. And I think that looks pretty good. It's not as big of a piece, but it definitely still does its job. Okay. And let me take some more swiftness. And okay, we're going to start over here. Now this side will be for the pool. So let's go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Again, sorry, you guys might just be like, what's he doing? You don't understand what I'm doing. It is kind of, it's not the most interesting thing in the world. I do understand that, guys. It's just, it's really hard to describe like some of this stuff because it's stuff that it's not really meant for describing and doing stuff, you know? Like, it's not that I'm trying to leave you guys out by any means. It's just how it worked out. And, okay, I think that's good enough. Now, obviously, it's not exactly like that one over there, which we might even change a little bit to kind of make it to where a pool could fit. So maybe, like, here, we can maybe add this to be a little bit longer, and go 2, 1, and then go with, like, 2 here. There we go. I think that actually looks a little bit better. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better now. And so, basically, now you're just going to fill this in with spruce wood. And let's see, we're already at 13 minutes, and we have some windows to get through, which I'll basically like the main windows, the ones that need to be, that are like a little bit more special. But for the most part, we're going to basically keep it simple with glass panes and stuff like that. But yeah, some of them will have a little bit different design to them. Like, for example, they're not going to use glass panes, but the window will be 1 block deeper to give it a little bit more depth. Alright, sheep, move. Yep, go run around like crazy. He's like, oh my god, what do I do? Like, why do animals in Minecraft, like, they purposely get in your way? I mean, they do it on purpose, obviously. If you look at, like, what they do, like, alright, do you think they're, like, they get into a gang, like, alright, so he's over here at A, and we need to be in his way when he gets over to B. What's he doing? He's like breakdancing. He's like, what? Okay, I'm done. Man, he was having a, he was spazzing out. He's like, And so we're almost done with this. Then we need to add our stair steps. All right, really, sheep? I think, again, they're planning it. Like, Minecraft are going to take over the world in Minecraft one of these days. Like, I'm not sure what's worse, sheep or cows. Cows are always in the way, too. And we're almost done with this. Again, he's in the way, you white prick. Oh my god. Really? Come on. Move. I'm gonna have to kill you. I'll kill you and your entire family. Which I won't. I'm a nice guy. But I'll say it and won't do it, which will scare you. And finish it off with that. And again, finish it off with our quartz on top of the cobblestone here. And then we'll finish this off. which we're pretty close to being done now with this house. I mean, a lot of the main stuff's done. If you do want to go in and add like glass panes to some of the stuff, you can. And there we go. So there's that. Alright, so let's take out some cobblestone stairs. And what we're going to do is we're going to come over to these archways. And we're just going to put the archways right here. And we're basically just making small little archways with 2 stairs. Which makes a big difference, surprisingly. Like, you wouldn't think it would, but it does. So, 1 here, 1 there, and 1 everywhere. It's amazing just like how small stuff like that really makes a difference. Like, why does it make such a difference, you know? Like, what does it? It's just like one of those weird things. And finish it off. Jax, can you please stop being hyper for like 15 more minutes? And finish it off with... Oh, I need to have this one here, that one there. And finish it off. There we go. So now we have our archways. That's out of the way. So I'm not going to fill this in because that's pretty self-explanatory with your spruce wood. But here's what you're going to do on both sides. You're just going to take your stone slabs and you're basically just going to make like diagonal stairs here. And what these kind of do is make sure you have stairs here, is what they're for. Like, I don't know how else to describe them. And stairs there. We'll do the same thing over here. I'm going to make these 2 wide like this. And then they just come across like that. So that basically you're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. There's nothing different. So let's go with windows. Let's take out some glass panes. You will need quartz slabs and quartz stairs, and also glass, just like regular glass. And we're going to come to this back window, and how we expanded it up when we made the roof, we're just going to fill the rest of this in with glass panes here, just like this. And when you get to one like this where the glass pane's up against the stair, you can just place a quartz piece there, and that gets rid of that problem. And voila, now we don't have that problem anymore. Now this window up here on the balcony, it's going to be the same thing on both sides. If we take out some cobblestone, what we're going to do is just around the window, we're just going to make a small little case for it. And what we're going to do is you're going to take out your glass, and you're just going to put the glass where you made the cobblestone. Come to the front, you're going to have a slab on the bottom, and then quartz stairs at the top to give it kind of like a rounded edge. So that's what you're going to do for that one. You're going to do the same thing for this one here in the corner. And basically, you can do this on any one of the windows if you want. I just pick a certain few that I feel like it would look better in certain areas with. And I feel like this is one of those windows. And again, just take the glass. Nice, simple. Same thing with the windows back here on the front, on the garage side. I'm going to do the same thing. Like, it doesn't even matter like where they are. They can be anywhere, and you can just do this, and it makes a difference because it catches your eye. That's what you're trying to go for, is something that's really simple, but it will still catch your eye. Glass pane, or not glass pane, glass block. Glass panes will go in here. Basically, all the ones I'm not doing this to will use glass panes, so just kind of keep that in mind. We're gonna do this to the 2 bottom ones here. It would be the same thing. Let me go check, because I'm pretty sure I did it for those. Yep, I did. Okay, I thought so. I just want to make sure. So same thing with these bottom ones on the front, on the 2 big windows. Which we'll get to like what I did on this side here in a second. Again, nice simple thing that's not really that big of a deal. And boop. And so I'm not sure if I'm going to do the interior for this house, because the interior I did originally wasn't the best for this. So I might leave you guys to do the interior because I'm not too good at it. And I'm sure there's a couple tutorials out there that will have great tutorial and window ideas. Alright, so you see what I did over here with this glass right here? And how it has like the cobblestone walls? All you want to do is take out a cobblestone wall and quartz stairs. And what you're going to do is you're going to put quartz stairs underneath, flat. And then the ones on the bottom will go right above the window, and you make this into a corner stair at the top. And all you do is just put cobblestone walls here in between. So it's just a nice simple touch that really matters when you put everything together. Also, we forgot to add a window here on the other side, last part. So basically all you're doing is 1 block away from the corner, you're just going to put a window here that will go all the way up to the ceiling using, obviously, pillar quartz blocks and just have them come all the way up. And voila, now you have another window on both sides. Just thought about that. A couple finishing touches to the front is we're going to take our pillar quartz blocks, and by our stairs here on both sides, we're going to have it come out in front, and it's kind of curve and come around and kind of just give us like the small garden effect for the house. And what this kind of does, it just adds a little bit more character. And voila. So what you're going to do for this, you're going to take out grass and you're going to take out green wool. Now you're just going to alternate between the two. So I'm going to start off with green wool back here, grass, green wool, and oh, that's glass, not grass, and grass again. And I'm going to do the same thing. And even if I wanted to, one thing that might even look better than this is doing it vertically, not horizontally like I did it. So maybe that will make it look a little bit better. So something like this might look more better because you get more of the detail with it. So doing it this way might actually be a little bit more beneficial to see it. And yep, I like it better that way. So just going to do the same thing over here with this one. I try to make the green wool the primary color because I feel like it looks a little bit better. Okay, perfect. And there we go. So that small touch adds a lot of detail. Basically that's it for the windows. We still need to do this one. So much putting stuff away and bring it back out. I wish we could have a bigger hotbar at some point. And perfect. And we need what? Our stairs and our slabs. That's one thing we were missing. So slabs go on the bottom, stairs, stair. And finish off with the window to the walls. And okay, so basically, all of the windows you have not seen me, really, Jax, move, I can't see. I can't see. All the windows that you saw me not do anything to, that I did not do the special glass block for, and all you're gonna do is basically put glass panes in them. So like this, all these windows will have glass panes. Just make sure that some of them aren't doors, like this is a door. But really, that's it. By next part, I'll have all this filled in, and we'll do a couple of touches around the house to kind of beautify it, like add a fence. We'll probably add the pool next part, maybe. We'll make sure we do the driveway, beautify that a little bit. So yeah, so by next part, I'll have all the windows put in. Basically, the house will be done by next part. So thank you for watching, guys. Please rate and subscribe. I'll talk to all you guys later, and thank you for watching. It is greatly appreciated. Bye-bye.